1.5 years ago I escaped this aquarium and it got over 4,000 views.
Nice.
My grandmother is currently not home, so today I want to surprise her. She loves to look at it, she always has the funniest stories and she doesn't mind to get her hands wet. But the problem is, you can barely see the fish anymore, it is hard to do maintenance and it looks untidy. So I decided to rescape it without telling her as a surprise. Make sure to watch this video to find out how I did it, how you can do it, and of course, will she like it?
Oh.
So, this is the aquarium now. It is overgrown and the front area is totally ruined by the Corydoras. With the knowledge I have now, I want to change it to make it as good as possible for the fish, for my grandmother to look at, and for me of course to maintain it. If you want to create your own aquascapes, like this one, or the one you are about to see in this video, you have to do your own research. This book by George Farmer is a great place to start your own research. As the title suggests, it has everything for your first aquascape. Great! After you've done your research, you can start aquascaping. But first, we need a clean canvas. And while the tank is being emptied, I'll mention my idea of the rescape. I want the new aquascape to be easily maintainable, pretty to look at, but not too distracting from the fish. After all, the owner of this aquarium enjoys the fish the most. To save maintenance time, I will top everything off with the gravel. I'll also use minimal hardscape and a lot of easy plants. Now that the tank is drained, cleaned and the fish are safe, including this baby fish that somehow managed to survive, we can start the rescape. First, I topped everything off with the gravel. I sloped this gravel towards the back. This is important to do, as this slope creates depth. And next is the hardscape phase. You should try out as much as you can until you find the scape that you like the most. But wait, what exactly is the hardscape? To quote George Farmer, we can refer to the hardscape as the backbone of your aquascape. The most common pieces of hardscape are wood and rocks. So if we create a good hardscape, we create a good aquascape. After contemplating and constantly tweaking my scape, I felt like the serious stone were just too dramatic. So I took them out and I replaced them with some river pebbles. I find that the river pebbles are much more calm and relaxing. After some time, I finally found the scape I like the most. So I took the pebbles out and proceeded to fill the aquarium with more gravel. A much lighter color this time. You see, detail is vital in an aquascape. And to demonstrate this, I have this river pebble right here. And right now I've added the 1 to 2 millimeter grain of gravel. And as you can see, well, it stands out. But to improve this, we can pull the rock back and we can add a larger grain size. And if we now add even larger rocks, we create a gradient from large to small. So using this size gradient, we can actually make the aquarium look more aesthetic and more natural, and it overall improves your aquascape. Okay, so I filled everything up with the lighter gravel. Don't forget to slope towards the back, of course. Then I placed back the river pebbles, and from here on I added the aforementioned details. Following the technique of empty fish tanks, I started with the smallest grain and placed it mainly around the pebbles. From there on, the grains increased in size, creating what I think to be a detailed and good looking hardscape. Notice how I didn't use any wood, as I felt like just these rocks were ideal for creating a relaxing scape where the fish are the focal point. As you can see, I also added some sand, making a path between the two islands of rocks. As you can see here, this is the amount of detail I managed to create. Doesn't it look great? So, we've now completed the hardscape. This means that we can move on to the planting. But unfortunately, my grandmother came home earlier than I thought.
Ja, wij niet. Nee, jij niet. Want, ik denk... Oh! Jee. Jemig. Waar zijn mijn vissen? Die zitten daar. Oh. Ik denk ik richt hem opnieuw in, want hij was natuurlijk een beetje
ja,
oud.
Nee, ik vind dit wel fantastisch.
Dus we zijn nog druk bezig, vandaar dat het allemaal...
Ja, dat maakt niet uit natuurlijk, dat begrijp ik. Ja, ik vind het mooi. Nou lijkt het wel een beetje, nou moeten er grote vissen in.
Ja, nou, maar wat ik dus denk, is misschien dat ik een paar nieuwe vissen haal.
Ja.
Die heel mooi scholen.
Ja.
Dat we nu die aan erin stoppen en u kan ze nu constant zien. Het gaat niet zo dik gegroeid worden.
Nee, dat vind ik wel fijn.
Ja, dus het is makkelijker, het is mooier. Alright, can't let that set us back. It's time for plants.
Okay.
Now that the tank is planted, we can start with filling up the tank with water. Very slowly, of course, as we don't want the tank to cloud up. As all of these plants are reused from the previous aquarium, I made sure not to use cold water. Now that the tank is filled with water, I rearranged some plants that I didn't like, and I finally planted our stem plants. As you'll see, the species of stem plants that I added grow really fast. This benefits your aquarium, as fast growing plants combats algae. Do you want to know why exactly this is? I plan on making videos on this topic in the future, so stay tuned. And while I am plugging in the filter, may I ask you to like the video and subscribe? It would help me out a ton. Important to clean everything up, of course, and remove the last pieces of debris. Well, there you have it. The rescape is almost complete. But we can't forget about the fish, of course. I also went shopping with Grandma, and she picked these fish out. All names are listed in the description, of course. And that's it. Let's ask my grandma what she thinks of it.
Wat vindt u van, oma?
Nou, ik vind dit, ja, ik weet niet of ik dat mag zeggen van het vorige wat je eerst gedaan hebt, vond ik ook erg mooi. Maar dit vind ik, ja, helemaal geweldig. Ik heb het idee dat ik in een of ander, hoe noemen ze dat? In Artus, zo'n vis waar je allemaal verschillende visjes ziet. Zo leuk vind ik het.
Ja?
Het hoort eigenlijk in een museum, nee niet in een museum, maar net in een, ja.
Diertuin?
Bij de aquarium ziet hij dat, dus daar hoort het nou bij. Ja, dat vind ik wel.
Prachtig compliment.
Helemaal wel. Dat meen ik echt. En ik kan nou ook lekker zien wat ze allemaal doen, dat vind ik prachtig.
Het is mooi, hè?
Ja, dit is schitterend zo door elkaar. Nou, ik ga mijn stoeltje ervoor zetten hoor, en dan kijken. Ik vind dit geweldig.
Thank you all so much for watching. I had so much fun rescaping this aquarium. We are now a month later and the fish are all doing great. As is Grandma. Well, what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments down below and I would love to hear your thoughts. I am planning to make more aquascapes in the future, like this one. And I also want to make a series called The Biology of the Planted Tank. Do you want to know what exactly the nitrogen cycle is? Or why does your stem plant grow 2 new stems when you trim it? I have a bachelor's degree in biology and I want to spread the knowledge I have learned to help you keep your aquariums successfully in the future. If you want to learn more, then please feel free to subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. I'll show you out with some cool shots. Take care. Pff,